Bookwitch reviews. Beep, beep. I don't know why I wanted to do that. It just seems like there are more words. How are there more words in one language than another one? Someone tell me that. Hello team, my name is Monique. This is the Cauldron and we're gonna start another reading vlog today. Anyways, this is Bookwitch Reviews, where we review books or summarize real badly. It's the start of another reading vlog. It's Friday. It's lunchtime. I should get back to work, but instead I am going to narcissistically stare at myself because I can and I want to. Also, it's April, which means owls, which means I had a TBR. Have I stuck with it? No. I am one book in and I'm already off course, but I thought I should reread some Tamora Pierce because she is my absolute favorite and she makes my anxiety go away. This is a Danish book. But this is Tamora Pierce's first book in her Circle of Magic series. Also, I have been apparently saying Tamora's name wrong for years because I've been calling her like Tamora Pierce. So it's Tamora Pierce. Also, she's back on YouTube and she's holding these very long like chats and I could literally get emotional about it. So I'm going to link that down below and I will highly recommend that you look that up if you have any feelings about this, because she was speaking about one of my absolute favorite series, which is called Squire, which was nearly the book that I picked up. But instead I picked this up, which I can use for one of my prompts. I'm basically just I'm gonna wing it and I'm gonna do what I want and then I'm gonna figure this out. So enjoyment. Anyways, once I'm done with today, it's Easter weekend, which means I have 4 days off that I have to stay in my house for. I'm gonna tan in my office, or I'm gonna sit in my doorway because that is the only outside space I have. But I'm just gonna power read this series. I'm gonna have a lovely time. It's gonna calm down my stress. And then I'm gonna do a whole lot of writing. So I will see you in the next whatevs. It's Saturday. Guess who is into book number 4 of this Circle of Magic by Tamora Pierce? It's me. It's about epidemics. That's a great idea, Monique. Read a book about a pandemic. Not a good idea. Slightly terrifying, but it's my favorite of the series. So here we gonna go. Also, my coffee machine came today. Guess who got a coffee machine today? Da, 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 da. Look at it. It's Saturday. I'm going to try to do some more writing. I've been power reading this little beautiful series and I'm going to tell you about it in case you didn't know. So Tamora Pierce is my favorite author. I owe every one of her books. I'm pretty sure I've read everything she's ever written. That's just how I roll. Circle of Magic follows 4 pre-teens in magic. We follow Sandy, Triss, Daya and Briar, whose name in Danish is Fawn, which I didn't know for years. And also in the Danish words, like in the Danish books, they don't get shortened in the same way. So, and we go on little adventures while they're learning about their magic. And in Ameland, which is the universe or the country that they are living in this universe, magic can be many different things, but they have like traditional wizards with like curses and like rituals, and then they have like nature wizards or wild magic, which also exists in her other universe, Tortal. But this one follows 4 apprentices, witches and babies, and they're just, I just love them so much. I'm like, I haven't read in Danish in so long and it's just so calming and it's just love it so much. And it's like all found family, and I'd forgotten how much I adore their teachers, and they each have like a teacher and they live in this disciplinary hut sort of thing, which I can't remember what it's actually called in English right now because I only have it in Danish. and there they live with Locke and Rosethorn, who are their teachers, and it's just like, it's canon, and much later in the series you find out they are romantically involved, and it's just, there's a whole lot of POC rep. One of our main characters is plus sized. Doesn't actually say in these books at any point in time how old they are. I believe in the first book that they must be around 11 or 12, maybe a little bit younger, and then they grow. And then with the second series, which is called The Circle Opens, and then I think there's The Circle Reforms, but there's only one book, and they're my favorite. So Briar is my absolute favorite. He's a nature mage, he's like a plant mage, and I love Rosethorn so much, and this series is just, it's bringing me so much joy, and I can't. And yeah, no, Briar's book is about a pandemic, and I'd forgotten there's this one point, and it's just, they all back together, and then like, and then it made me cry. This is so good. I've read this book so many times, and you should think that I'm fine, but I'm not. So, I tried to do some writing, and I can't be bothered. And then I put some eyelashes on, and some makeup on, and I made a stew. I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to read. All right, I don't want to do anything other than sit and just sit, which is sad and anxiety-inducing, and I don't like it. Which is also why we're filming like this, because then everyone can enjoy these intense eyelashes I got going on. Like, enjoy that. Okay, I will find a will to do something. Hello, babies. It's Monday, the 13th, maybe? I don't know. I'm a spice boy today. This is how I look in the summer. You guys don't know that yet, but this is basically it. Also, maybe can dye my hair, because that's what indoor people do, right? I got an Amazon package, and if this is what I hope it is, then that's what we're going to be reading. So I haven't power read as much as I have done for like the beginning of the weekend, because I finished the first quartet in the Circle of Magic, and it's like, I love it so much, but I really am not a big fan of the first book in the second quartet, which is called The Circle Opens. So I'm only like 25 pages in, 50 maybe, yeah, 50 pages in. So I'm a little bit like, but I want to read this one so I can read the second one in the second quartet, which is called Street Magic, which is my favorite of the entire series besides Battle Magic. They're all with the same characters, because that's who I am. But first, we're gonna open this. I'm really hoping that this is... it is... It's Bonds of Brass by Emily Scrotchke. Guys, I have been... Excuse you, I'm talking. Oh, okay, there's a small mark here. Can you see it? There. stupid Amazon. But oh my god, this cover, I'm in love. It's a teeny tiny little book. It's barely 300 pages, not even really 300 pages, and I have never paid more for a hardback. But I love Emily Skrutsky and her writing so much, and this is a new series, I think. Yeah, book 1 of the Blood Right trilogy. Also, I hope you're all enjoying this like in between look today. So we're going full face of makeup, but snap back because hair. So I'm gonna do some writing. Also made a cake today. Today. This is what we're gonna run with. Anyways, I feel like I look cute, so that's the way to roll. So it is Wednesday. Let's end the vlog. Thank you so much for following me along this week. I have obviously had a little bit of reading done. It's been delightful. I've tried to do some writing, not that much. We obviously had a little dip of sadness, which I did wonder about putting in this vlog or not, but I do also feel like it's important that everyone can see that I am not always happy. I'm mostly happy, but sometimes I'm also a sad sack on my couch. I read a solid amount this long weekend. It feels like a weekend, but I know it's been like a week, but you know, confusing. Time, what is time anymore? What are days? I don't know. So I read the first whole quartet in the Circle of Magic series, and I read the first book in the Circle Open series. Basically, we follow 4 preteens as they discover their magic and start to learn about found family and becoming themselves and finding strength in themselves. And obviously each book follows a specific character but also follows the other 3 because they are mainly together. And as we go into the Circle Open series, they become the teachers instead of the pupils, and they also travel away, so we hear less about the foursome together but more about them apart, which I don't always like. So I power read the first 4 obviously, and then I had a little bit more of a calm down with Magic Steps because it's not my favorite and I don't love it, but I do plan on reading the other 3 and then just continuing on in my nice little Tamora Pierce like readathon because they're just calming and nice, and that's just what I want. But we obviously absolutely chucked my magical readathon TBR to fuck, so we have decided to put some of these in to some of my subjects. So first off especially is herbology, which is the prompt. You have to read a book that starts with an M, so we are gonna go with Magic Steps or Magiskatrine, which is what it's called in Danish, but we have covered it, we have done it. I am proud of myself. And 2, we have the subject defense, which is to read a book set on or by the sea. And we are going to go with, well, most of these like go right around the sea, but especially Weather Witch, or like Trish's book, which is called Vejrheksen in Danish, if you wanted to know, is set around the sea. There's pirates, there's war, it's intense. All of these books are a little bit like your middle grade, but there's so much murder, it's not nice. And you sort of forget that when you're younger, but it's all like fantastical and I fucking love them. Quick little editing note from editing Monique, because I like talking about myself in the third person. I also filled out the prompt for History of Magic, which is to read a book with witches or wizards, and we are going to use the first book in the Circle of Magic series, which is called Sandy's Book in English. It also has the title The Magic in the Weaving, and in Danish it's called Piratcirkelens Temple, which is the name of the place that they all go to learn magic. And it has lots of wizards in here, not quite witches because they're called something else in Danish. So in Danish you have both the name. So a wizard is a trollmand, and in Danish you also have a trollkvinde, so it's like a lady wizard. Or whatever. So, but now the prompt filled, and then we'll still try to read the rest of the else. But anyways, just thought I'd sneak that in there. Bye. That's what we did this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing, and then click the little buttony button, because that's just nice for me. I should really start closing my windows. Anyways, let me know down below if you have enjoyed this video. What have you been up to this weekend? I'd love to know, since I am currently going slightly stir crazy, and obviously my mood is going even more up and down than usually. But thank you for watching. You are doing great. I am proud of you. All the links to all my social media is linked down below if you want to follow me on any of those. And then I will see you before you know it, because schedules are something just like days. Bye. Goodbye. Also, I will be taking a brief break from the circle readathon that I got going on to read Bonds of Brass by Emily Scrotchby, which is a beautiful like space opera with gay baby boys and all of the tropes, and I am 30 pages in and I am in love, and it's most certainly going to be a solid 5-star book for me. But I'm very, very, very excited. But I'm going to start a new vlog immediately after this one, so you will see my reactions as I go through this beautiful little book. But take care of yourself. Bye bye now.